Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your November timeless message. I'm Victoria with the Lion Soul Tarot. Welcome to my channel. If you're returning, welcome. If you are new, welcome. This is a space that we get to create together. We get to have a conversation, right? So settle in. We're going to talk astrology, tarot, all that good stuff, and any sort of hits, downloads, guidance that I get, channeled messages. We're going to get right into it, okay? And just know that this reading is meant to find you, and if it doesn't resonate, don't make it fit. Check your other placements or check back later, okay? I have a full moon in Taurus reading, and I have a ton of supportive content below. Me as a reader, I give what I get. So if I get any sort of guidance, I usually link it below if it comes in very strongly. So check out the links below, and also any channeled songs that we get, any sort of affirmations or messages we get in the reading. You'll find all that supportive stuff below. Also, you'll find my website and my Patreon, where I'll be doing a 2025 breakdown for all the signs, astrology and tarot readings, and the love extended. And you can find the love reading on YouTube. The link will be below as well. These are more self-focused, but if love shows up, you get to choose that narrative, right? You know yourself best. As my mentor would say, nobody knows you more than you. So again, take these messages as they come, and if it doesn't resonate, you'll know. You know, that's my goal. But I also urge you, me as someone that's watched tarot for over a decade, this is something that you build over time. And I'm relaying this to you is now when I watch readings, I have only several readers that I watch. I can usually tell, but it can be very challenging sometimes when you are really wanting to know the answers, and you can make a story that's maybe not yours. So just know that it's a feeling. Also, let things settle. Let things settle as they come in, because I'm not the type of reader that's here to use scare tactics, is what I want to say. So there might be something towards the end of this reading that really hits. So give it some time to resonate, right? That as well. You know yourself. Okay, so let's talk about some astrology. Big things are happening. The Great Wave. I have that new moon in Scorpio reading, and also the full moon in Aries reading, where we go into detail about the Great Wave, and there's extensions on Patreon if you want to go further for detailed extended readings for the signs. But yeah, there is a Great Wave coming in. Incoming! SOS! No, it's really not going to feel that, how can I put this? I was saying this to Aquarius. It's not going to necessarily feel like the sudden shift. It could, especially you and I would say Aquarius, because again, you're handing it off to Aquarius. It can feel like a sigh of relief. And we've been talking about this kind of nostalgic recollection, and the word antique came up again. So some of you that are watching that are Capricorns are an antique collector, or again, this is just a nostalgic kind of an end of an era, right? Think about it. 20 some odd years in your sign. It's pretty massive, and there is a sigh of relief. It's much like Saturn. There's pressure applied with Pluto and Saturn. But this is like big time karma. This is lots of clearing if you choose. Of course, there's free will. Like I said, when you click on this reading and you're listening and you choose to make this your own story, there's free will when it comes to astrology too. We get to make choices as humans, and some serve us, but most of them teach us, whether they serve us or not. So it might feel like a sudden shift, you know, when it switches off in the next day or two here, but I'm feeling it's more of a gradual wave over the next 2 years specifically. I do human design interpretations, and I kind of mix it with Western with my readings with human design, but I've been getting more into it over the last 6 months, and 2027 is the end of a 400-year Yuga cycle. So 2025 to 2027 is really where we're going to feel this incremental kind of increase of energy, especially with the sun, solar flares peaking, the sun cycle. It's the 25th cycle, so it's naturally at its peak. Nothing to fear, but of course we're frequency, right? So there's this energetic kind of pulse, right? So Pluto in Aquarius is definitely going to add another layer to that as we are evolving. This is the great revolutionary act. But it's not going to all be like in a month, all this stuff. You know, who knows? I'm not feeling that way. I do feel like there's a lot of relief with Saturn direct. That's your ruling planet. So maybe I'm saying that for you specifically, is that I feel like for you, this is actually a highly beneficial time if you choose to look at it that way, like laying things to rest. Okay, that cycle's over. Let's start something new. Pluto, death, rebirth, cycles, all that good stuff, especially during Scorpio season. And there's no coincidence, right? I've been talking about this lately. You know, I don't know who I was breaking it down with, but you know, facts, and a lot of people that watch tarot and astrology, they're like, I want hardcore facts. You know, I need to know all the answers. And with spirit, there's never any true coincidence. And the way that all of these ingredients are playing, all this astrological soup, it's playing and it's stewing, this fire water kind of dynamic right now, and we're kind of steeping in it in November. And then at December, January, there's gonna be some relief, I feel. And it might be kind of jaw dropping or like a slap kind of a week of relief. But it's for the betterment of you and for all of us, especially if we're on our paths and we're sticking to our paths and we're doing what we got to do. And that's different for all of us, right? So if you're staying in alignment, especially with your soul and what your heart's calling you to do and your intuition, the next couple months are going to be very beneficial for most people. Neptune is going direct, as well as Saturn in Pisces. So this is where the fantasy, the illusions, and the fears and limitations that those two planets can bring start to slowly dissipate. And again, that can feel very jaw-dropping, but it's almost like a tower, right? Scorpio season, and then it's like, okay, the dust settles, the star. Now what do we do? Now what? You know? So it's going into your second house. This is what you have. This is Taurus, what you value. Where do you have second house in your chart or Taurus? I do birth chart analysis, or you can look up this information on your own. Second house is earned income. This is also, again, could be around work, ethic, value, materialism. With Pluto in the second house over the next 20 years, this could be you really getting down to what you need and what you don't need. Getting rid of the BS that you don't need, especially when it comes to like, I'm getting like income streams that maybe aren't making as much money. So say you're running a business for some of you, or you have a business idea, any sort of work project that you feel like there's not enough return. This is going to be a good time for you to be like, okay, how can I refine this? Especially with Mercury going retrograde and Mars going retrograde soon. This is about refinement, and you're going to start to refine income streams and ways to make money, being more resourceful again, and being like, you know what? I don't need to spend that. I don't need to budget that in, or I need to budget that in, that kind of thing. Lots of organizing in Capricorn. You do this pretty well. Your ruling planet's Saturn, so I don't feel like that's going to be too challenging. But just know that there might have to be some changes to the way you make money as well. Mercury in Sag, and then the sun's going in Sag. We had Venus in Sag in October. Okay, 12th house. Let's talk about it, because you're going to have to get familiar with Pisces, and I like that it's right before the North Node goes into Pisces in January that you get this flavor of the 12th house. It's not all doom and gloom. Again, this is, can be around what's hidden, and that can be many different things. Pisces is all about surrender, and I've been speaking on this. And surrender can be challenging, especially for like fixed and cardinal signs. Mutable signs, a little easier, but surrender, again, it depends on what you're trying to surrender. If it's something that you really value, right, that second house, it can be challenging, and I empathize with you. But this is something that you're going to have to really reveal to yourself, is letting go and trusting, okay? 12th house also is going to require you. Mercury in the 12th house and Sun in the 12th house. In December, you might be a little fatigued. I see like someone resting and just making sure that they're getting adequate sleep with this 12th house. Meditation is really beneficial for 12th house. You could have very prophetic dreams, especially, again, Saturn in Pisces. And Neptune is Pisces ruling planet going direct, December 7th. So it's like it's a wake up. I see someone just getting like an alarm clock or like, you know, those cold water pranks. Like I see someone just getting a dunk of cold water or cold plunge, or maybe a cold plunge. That might be beneficial for you, actually. Look into it if you haven't. Cold plunges could be a way for you to relieve this kind of static in your body, because 12th house can feel very staticky. It's the void, it's what's hidden. So it's kind of like looking over your shoulder, feeling things that you maybe haven't felt in a while, okay? And then I wanted to talk about Mars in Leo. Mars in Cancer, where it's been, is your 7th house. Cancer is your opposite, so it's always going to highlight your 7th house of partnership. And it's going to dance back and forth between your 7th and 8th. Again, what's hidden? 8th house is also what's hidden. You have 8th and 12th. So this could be hidden potential around income, hidden potential around where your money's going. Being like, I didn't realize that I was expending that much. Or this could be about energy. It could be anything in your life where you're just like, whoa, I have to revamp that, or I have to pull back on certain things, or I'm expending myself too much, and I'm not maybe making as much as I wanted. And there's avenues for you. There's hidden reservoirs. I remember talking about this with you last month, is that final like reserve in your tank. There's adjustments required here, okay? With Mars in the 8th house, hidden energy, but it's gonna take you kind of not sacrificing, but an offering of sorts. This is you restructuring. I see someone like with clay, like being more malleable, or pulling on mutable qualities in your chart are going to help you. So that's Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Sag. Where do you have that in your chart? Looking into that and kind of feeling into it, or pulling on mutable sign friends, partners, friends, coworkers. They might have some advice for you to help you through this time, okay? But yeah, let's get into your channeled messages. You got some interesting ones, I have to say, and I'm going to tell you what comes out. It doesn't have to be something to scare you, okay? I'm going to say it right off the bat, is that I did get suicide prevention. For those of you that are struggling, I am not a licensed therapist, nor am I a doctor, okay? I heard that, but I could be someone, or you. If someone is needing that kind of assistance, please get the help you need. Spirit is saying, please get the help you need, or help someone in need if they're having those kinds of ideas, or suffering with depression or mental health, okay? I don't normally like to give those kinds of messages, but it came out for a reason, so I'm going to speak it with love and kindness, and from my ancestors to yours, okay? Just being of service, okay? But there's other things. I don't want to get all doom and gloom. That's only for some of you, maybe not anyone, but they came out for a reason, so I have to say it. And I got embellished, polished, tainted love. That's your song. Because I saw something like tainted, tarnished, like rusty. And this is where the antiques kept coming in. So maybe you work with like polishing things, or you work with like I see like jewels or stones, like rock tumbler, or what's that called? Repurposing things, woodwork, like a varnish. I don't know. And then tainted love came in. We'll see how that connects with your tarot messages. But the song, sometimes I feel I've got to run away, I've got to get away. So it's like maybe fleeting responsibilities. You know, again, that 12th house, get prepared for December. You're going to need rest. You might need to get away. You might need a retreat. 12th house is saying, yes, it's okay. Please do that. You're going to help everyone else around you too. You know, especially if you're dealing with mental health or someone else. Maybe you're telling someone else like, this is tainted, this is not, so this is toxic, these ideas, this thought process is toxic, tainted love, you know, maybe you're dealing with a toxic relationship for some of you, abuse, I don't know, right? We'll see. But someone feels like they want to get away from that, so that's good. Hopefully people are taking the correct steps forward to do so, because things will be revealed. You got 8th and 12th house being highlighted pretty strongly here, and that's been happening and will be happening into December, okay? And then I got Moroccan, and I got Minoans, so looking into the Minoan culture and Greece. You could have this in your DNA or your ancestors, your lineage. Again, 12th house does talk about past lives. So Sag season, you could be really looking into your ancestry and you could be surprised. Also with ancestor work, I have a past life healing reading you can get with me. I've been really diving more deeply into my ancestry. And it doesn't have to be something that's in your bloodline. You know, think about how far back this can go. You know, people use these sites online. Yes, there's some value to those things, but also it's a feeling. Have you ever just felt connected to something and you didn't know why? So it could be like an emblem, embellished, like polished something that's like an emblem or an object that comes from Greece. Maybe you like the culture, the music, you like the food, that kind of thing. Could be many different things. Maybe eating a Mediterranean diet. And then I got concrete evidence. And then I heard someone say, I see. And it was kind of passive. It wasn't really somber, but it was like you were saying it, but with a level of like Page of Swords curiosity. Like, I see. And then their minds processing it. You say you see, but you're still figuring it out, kind of thing. You know, when someone does that, I know I've done that before, or people have done that to me, where you're like, I don't know if you actually see or get what I'm saying. Aries had a similar message like that. Do you get what I'm putting down? You might have Aries in your chart. You can watch their reading. They were a bit perplexed as well. But this time can just feel a bit challenging. It's Scorpio season. It's a beautiful time to really practice divination and connecting with ancestors, and again, hidden potential power. Again, the shadow side with the new moon in Scorpio is a level of volatility and people understanding how to utilize their power and their gifts in a more meaningful, deep way. Okay. And then I got garnished wages. Okay. Pluto in the second house. For some of you, that could be something, garnished wages, or someone you know, something to look out for, right? Doesn't mean that it's happening to you. I'm not here to scare you, but that's just what I heard. Someone's getting garnished wages. Okay. Well, we pulled from Guan Yin. I wasn't even planning to use this, but we're going to pull from Guan Yin because I'm feeling like she is my water goddess, and we have this water month. Right? Whenever you find this, just know it's meant to find you. So yeah, I'm speaking on astrology, but a lot of this astrology is bleeding into December for you anyway. Okay. And again, the love reading is below. You'll find all those helpful links as well. Capricorn, how can we best support Capricorn at this time? My ancestors, my allies, guides, goddess energy, Mother Gaia. Calling you into the sacred space to provide Capricorn with the messages that they're needing at this time. What does Capricorn need to know? Kuan Yin. Remember me, the divine mother within. Yeah, so I called in mother for a reason. I work with mother spirit, but you know, I don't always say that in my prayer. So there was a reason why I said that. So something around your mother, the maternal line, your ancestry, feminine energy. You yourself could be a feminine, but again, we have both, right? This is 9, which is 9th house, Sag. You could have a mother that's a Sagittarius. Let's read on this though, okay? Remember me. Ooh, wow. Okay. Someone that passed away, maybe someone that did decide to exit that you know of, and this could have been from the past with that whole, you know, suicide prevention. Maybe this is something that you're dealing with or coping with. or just a death in general. Again, it doesn't have to be something that happened now, but during Scorpio season, this can be something that can come up. Of course, Pluto moving into another sign, and also Scorpio season, this is the death card, right? It could be very just symbolic and also literal, because this is something as humans that we do have to go through, right? It's a part of this life. 12th house is also, again, past lives. There's a lot around life and death kind of themes, and it's not to be morbid. It's just something that you could probably be pondering or going through. And again, condolences. But remember me, I'm going to give you this beautiful Native American song. I don't remember the name of her, but it's a beautiful song. Just listen to it if you are dealing with grief. I also have a grief playlist below, and I'm going to be working on stage 3 of that reading. I think it's going to be a 5-stage reading when I get through it, but I started that last October when I myself was processing a tremendous amount of grief for the world and the collective, and it was my way of showing support and helping others, understanding that we all are grieving different things and we have different ways of grieving. But any way that I could offer support. So you might want to check that playlist below as well. Remember me, the Divine Mother within. I believe in you. I will never leave you. I will never abandon you. I see the truth of you, and I know you are worthy. No matter how strong and grown up you have become, or how vulnerable and small you may feel, I love you, my own wild child divine. Trust in me, the Divine Mother within you, to guide, comfort, and nurture you into the beautiful fullness of your divine destiny. Sometimes we can feel alone, not quite sure where or to whom we may truly belong. Frightened and insecure, we imagine dark happenings or feel consumed with anxiety or doubt. Or perhaps we struggle to feel our feelings instead, having symptoms of the feelings we cannot quite find another way to express. We cannot sleep, we cannot unwind. It's kind of like 9 of Swords, Gemini energy, restlessness. This is that 12th house. It's going to require you to make sure you're getting good sleep. And if you're having trouble, maybe talking to a doctor about maybe some supplements, etc., that can help you with sleep, okay? There are guided meditations online as well, if you want to try to find some good ones, if you are dealing with sleep issues, okay? I know I definitely watch them before bed. If our human experiences of mothering have been neglectful, critical, controlling, smothering, or demanding of perfection, if they have denied us of our brightness and talent, have asked too much or too little of us, or are based on fear of the outside world, then we may well have trust issues with the idea of being mothered. Yet the Divine Mother has no need to test us, to challenge us, forsake us for another, or judge us. Her need is to mother us. What that means is that she offers us enough sanctuary and unconditional love to feel safe to venture into life, to grow, to take risks, and to truly do our best. So there could have been a mother wound. Again, mother healing. You're helping someone else with this as well. Maybe you had a parent in general that was very domineering or controlling due to their, again, maybe they dealt with depression or suicidal idealizations. Or again, this could be just an aspect of you, because again, you have masculine and feminine within you. And the thing about Capricorns, and I'll say this, is you come into this world as an old soul and you die young. Isn't that a beautiful saying? I just heard that from another astrologer recently. So yes, your generalized, again, your birth chart can speak so much more on this, but Capricorns in general, they're Saturn. So you come in with such an old soul. And I myself, I work with children, and I think I've said this before in your other reading, that I love Capricorns. I've had very strong connections with Capricorn children, especially because they just know so much, and they're so insightful and just full of wisdom and compassion. So it's time for you to let people help you as well, Capricorn, okay? Letting love in, healing the mother wound, maybe getting therapy, parts work, reframing. I have some links below. I'm not a therapist or a licensed physician. I do not claim to be, but these are just things that you are being asked to heal. You could seek counsel, wise counsel, mentorship, especially with Sag season, 9th house. The 9 card came up. You could be going to a retreat, You could be going on a vacation, a very needed rest and vacation in December. It is holidays. You could be also, why this is all coming up is because you have to go visit family. For some of you that celebrate the holidays, not everyone does, nor does everyone even have a mom or dad or family. So this is to each their own. You know, you can make your own family as well. For those that don't have a mom or dad, that could be something also that's coming up. Around the holidays, it can be a toss-up of emotions, good and bad. Let's be honest here. Most people experience that. You're not alone in that. All right, Capricorn. Let's pull some energy for you from the Fountain Tarot. Capricorn, what do we have for Capricorn to guide them through this time? What is it that they're needing to know for their highest and greatest good? Ancestors, allies, spirit, angels, please show me for Capricorn. What is it that they need to know at this time? Please show me the messages clearly for Capricorn. Yeah, unfinished grief. Yeah, you have to allow your intuition to move you. Tainted love. Okay, so there could have been heartbreak around love. We got that song, Tainted Love, and then we have the Star card, 7 of Cups, 5 of Cups. Could have been a Scorpio here, fixed sign, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and Scorpio. We have a ton of fixed energy right now. Watch that full moon in Taurus reading. It will help you understand how to navigate this because, yeah, all the signs right now we're dealing with are fixed. We got Pisces hanging on there, and that Sag is mutable. They're like, we got you. And no shame to fix. I have a ton of Taurus in my chart, so I get it. I have fixed and mutable mainly. I have a little spicy cardinal in there too. But the thing about fixed signs is what they're teaching us is learning how to let go and surrender. We can't be so fixated. We're in a time, I talked about this in the Saturn Pisces reading, and we're kind of at that precipice moment, the midpoint, and it's going to be a deepening of this last kind of reveal of Saturn and Pisces and what it's trying to show us through our karma and our dharma with 2025, and then it will break through in 2026. Again, Pisces North Node as well next year, Virgo South Node. Getting familiar with your North and South nodes is going to help you as well. I have readings on that, or look it up. There's a playlist below for those readings. You have a lot of healing right at your fingertips. There is so much potential here for you. Ace of Wands to the Star. Again, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. I feel like, again, this handing off of the baton, like I've been saying, and that's kind of what the wand's looking like to me, is you handing this off to Pluto and Aquarius, Star. And again, what comes after the Tower, Scorpio, is the Star card. So although there is unprocessed grief and maybe not listening to your intuition, High Priestess in reverse, Pisces, you are going to be strengthening that if you allow it. Tainted love here, like I was saying, 7 of Cups to the lovers. There could be many, 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 many choices that you're having to make here, because the lovers represents choice. With the 7 of Cups, that's like lots of options. Maybe for some of you, or again, this is someone you're dealing with, and the love reading will go into deeper, is that you choose to be in open relationships. Maybe you have been just dating around casually. There's no shame to that if that's your choice. Or you've gotten yourself wrapped up in a situation where there wasn't consent. Or again, you don't want to consent to that any longer. People have the right to choose and change, right? You don't have to be fixed to one thing. Maybe you or someone else has been going through a period of time when they just don't want to be serious. Or this can just be, again, the past coming up, the world in reverse with the 5 of Cups around past lovers, all the past loves, the past choices that you made in love, and, you know, lust. 7 of Cups can be dreaming of a new love, dreaming of a new way, but kind of getting stuck at the crossroads of choosing the world upright, you know, but they're still kind of processing grief, it seems. The past could be coming up for you. Again, Scorpio season, just talk about that. And that did come up a lot in the full moon and Taurus reading. Processing grief at this time around past love, past choices. This could also be family. It doesn't have to be intimate, okay? But tainted love was coming in. So just toxic relationships maybe. I don't want to pull from that. Why did I take that out? What do I want to pull from you? The fairy oracles. My magical fairy friends. We're going to see what this deck has for you. Oh, that was quick. The Singer of Transfiguration, and the Singer of Intuition. Wow. Is that an 11? 7-Eleven. Are you visiting 7-Eleven? So in this fairy oracle, there are different types of fairies and gnomes, and these come from the same tribe, as they'd like to say. They have different groups of fairies that he draws. This is Brian Freud. I always say it. It's not Freud, it's Freud, I believe. So 7, this is 7th house of partnership, Mars in Cancer. Something could have intuitively been kind of nudging you about the past grief, past choices. Also unities here in reverse. Unifying with old loves, maybe closure with old loves, just reminiscing. You've had this nostalgic feel for the last couple months, and that's natural with this 29th degree of Pluto in Capricorn. Wherever you have Capricorn in your chart, it's going to hit you. Also, wherever you have 29th degree in your chart, any of those parts of your chart are going to be highlighted. You could look into that with a birth chart reading, or again, look it up yourself. But let's look into 7. 7 is Libra. This is intuition, awareness, trust, the Singer of Intuition. So you have 2 singer cards, so you also could sing. You could be a musician for some of you. It says here, the song of the Singer of the Intuition carries all the information there. Some people believe that this information, often called the Akashic Records, this is that 12th house, past lives, is like a great filing cabinet or library in the sky that we have to go to in order to get information intuitively or psychically. We needn't go anywhere. The song is sung within our blood and flesh and bones. So this is, again, something about your genetics, your bloodline, your ancestry, connected to Greek, Moroccan, Minoan bloodlines. Lots are on your past life right now. You could be listening to songs from your past, or again, songs around your culture that could help strengthen this connection with your ancestors. Also, I'm getting reminded of, like, say if someone has passed away in your family, you know how they'll have like a recollection, especially if you come from a certain culture. Well, they might practice a certain ritual, a ceremony, that type of thing. But this is about writing as well, writing lyrics. Also, I'm getting scrying for you, because this is like Akashic Records. Like, you could be scrying. Look up what scrying is. If you don't know what it is, it's just letting yourself free flow and write whatever wants to come out. So journaling could be very prophetic for you. You could be channeling messages through scrying. Maybe you've never done this before. Maybe this is something you want to try. Okay, we also have the Singer of Transfiguration, which is very much Sag. I'm also getting reminded that you might be in numerology a 7 or an 11. You have the 7 of Cups there too. Yeah, your intuition, especially with the High Priestess we saw earlier, has been clouded. Your 7 of Cups can be just a bit dreamy. Also, on the other side, with writing and allowing yourself to kind of go into this more dream state, 12th house, Sag influence for you. Maybe this is the opposite. Maybe you haven't been dreaming enough. Maybe you've been dreaming about all the wrong things. Maybe you've been having more nightmares than positive dreams. And this is something that's needing to happen. Usually when we have nightmares, it's because we're processing some trauma, although it can be very challenging. But this is also messages from the other side for you to look at something more clearly. It's coming up for a reason. Okay, and I know that can be challenging. Dreams can be really effing weird, and you're like, what the F was that? Why is this person showing up? Well, there's something there that's unfinished, the World in reverse. The Singer of Transfiguration, this is like scorpionic. Also kind of Sag for me, because it reminds me of red. Also the Phoenix, it looks like the Phoenix, which is also Scorpio. The Singer of Transfiguration tells us that we have been through the gate. We have passed through the initiation process. So it looks like you have been initiated to actually get this world upright. But there's things that you are still processing from the past, and that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you've been initiated, and that's also a part of the initiation for you, Capricorn, is recollecting. Like dusting things off, polishing things off, cleaning things up. You know, I saw someone like taking off the rust, kind of brushing away the cobwebs, or like cleaning off photos or old items from maybe someone that passed down. I'm seeing that, like an estate sale for some of you. It says, as with the other singers, which you got another singer's card, the power and joy of this one radiates especially strongly to the things and being symbolized by the cards around it. Like the reborn, renewed phoenix, the singer is a flame with vibrant, expanded life. So your intuition is becoming stronger because it's right next to that. So follow your dreams. Your dreams are guiding you, Seven of Cups, to make better choices and also to process some grief. It also could be to do with unifying forces. It doesn't have to be unity with someone. It can be unprocessed love from the past lovers, or it can be unifying with your spirit team. Like you could be deepening a spiritual practice. And this does talk about the jackpot. This is a new way of life. I'm getting, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. So if you've been down and out, or someone else is, it's a time for a new life. It really is for the cardinal signs. You know, Capricorn, you had Pluto in your sign for quite some time. So this is a new dawn, a new day. Feeling good. I'm gonna link that song below for you. Okay. And tainted love. Yeah, something was tainted in love there. We'll know more in the love reading. Okay, we're gonna actually pull from the Astro Tarot deck and take it over to the love reading. I hope that this helped you. Please like, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date for when I post. Comment below your placements. If it resonates, I love to hear about your placements, especially if they show up in the cards. You know, we have a lot of Scorpio fixed signs here. Gemini, Sag. All right, let's see here. Libra too. We'll see what signs you're dealing with in love. And again, that love reading is below. Capricorn in love. Again, I could be picking up on past, present, single, coupled, married, family, friends. I lean more towards intimate, but really whatever you feel. Again, it could be past loves for you, especially because this world in reverse, past relationships. Libra South Node could have really been hitting you. Again, they're another cardinal sign, as well as Aries North Node and Aries Chiron. I'm going to be doing a Chiron playlist here by the end of November. You'll see that whole playlist here, series on my YouTube. All right, Capricorn love. Who are they dealing with? What energies are surrounding them at this time? Ancestors, guides, allies, please show me the truth for Capricorn. My Capricorn viewers, what signs are they potentially dealing with? Sagittarius and air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Oh. Interesting that what I'm getting there, Sag, the opposite for Sag is Gemini. Because that's 7 card. The Singer of Intuition. You could have or they could have a Sag North Node or Gemini North or South Node, right? Yeah, interesting that you have the same 2 numbers here. Look at that. Air is the 25th. That could be of significance. You could be 25, someone born on the 25th. And then also we had, again, 9. 25 breaks down to a 7. We had that here in the Singer of Intuition. And then we have the 9 here. So this is very significant. Or that's not 9. Why am I saying it's 9? It's 11. Which is 2. But I'm saying it's 9 because it looks like Sag energy to me. Sag Scorpio. Okay, what other signs is Capricorn dealing with? Sagittarius season is going to be very profound for you. I can feel it, especially in love. Things will be revealed to you. If you feel like you've been kind of like lost in la la land, Neptune's going direct. That's also going to benefit all of us tremendously. Pisces, as I said that. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. You're affirming that to me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Neptune going direct is going to be very beneficial for you, especially in love. Okay. We're going to take this over to the love reading. These are some signs you could be dealing with. Again, also just transits. I do synastry chart readings and transit readings where we look into 6-month transits for you, what's occurring in the sky, and also how it works with your chart. All right. I'll see you at the love reading if this is where we part. Bye for now, Capricorn.